Okay guys, so I thought since I'm going to let my hair grow out some, I figure I could show you how I'm making my first wig during this hair growth journey. And the hair is from her hair company, and I have about 3 bundles, a 20, a 18, and a 16-inch, along with a 14-inch closure. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how I use this lace closure as a top piece with no parting. I'm going to use a mesh dome cap I got from my local beauty supply store for about $5. And I love these kind of wig making caps because of they're breathable and durable fabric, and the stretch and the fit is awesome. I prefer these when I'm going to hand sew my wigs as opposed to using my sewing machine. Alright guys, so if you are not familiar with how I hand sew my wigs, I'll make sure that the playlist pops up in the video somewhere, and that you also see it down below in the description box. But this is the first bundle, which is the 20-inch, and just to give you kind of some quick tips or things of what I have done to make this wig. As usual, I try to space my tracks at least a finger or 2 apart starting off, so that's how I sew them, making sure there's some space. I also use the fold over method, so I cut no tracks. That means when I sew, I fold over, tack really tight down to the edge, and then start sewing back in the other direction. I also make sure that it's sewn in a U pattern as well, because that is the smartest thing to do when you need it to have the stretch to fit over your head. I do not sew in an entire circle, because if you know how commercial wigs or manufactured wigs are made, it's the exact same pattern of steps. U across, and then you'll see the circle pattern in the top. So since I have the last 2 bundles that are left, which is a 16 and a 14 I believe, or no, an 18 and a 14, I'm going to sew those in a circle in the top, and then I'm going to put the lace closure at the very top of the wig, because I plan on having bangs with this one. So it's not going to be I'm not going to be using any kind of a parting in this. I want this to be a big fluffy banged wig. So yeah, just to give you guys kind of pointer or tip or review as to how I make my wigs. Again, it should be up in this video, the links to that playlist, Wig Making 101, or it's down below in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this in a circle. To put the lace closure in the top of this wig. So I've sewn everything into a circle, and they're barely about a finger apart all the way through. So I kind of make them a little bit closer when I'm doing it in a circle in the top, and I try to leave a large enough space for the lace closure to fit, and then I'll fill in whatever is left with the last bundle of hair. So in this case, I'm going to use, usually what happens with your lace closures is this is considered the front, and it allows you to have the part and everything that you want in it. But in this case, this is going to be the back of the wig, and then I'm going to use the hair that hangs down towards the back as the front of the wig. So you can see this U part is going to go towards the front of my wig, and then this towards the back, and then I'll show you how I fill it in. Now this is considered this way is considered the front, and this way is considered my back. So what I'm going to do first is pin these down. Well, pin this down. I'm not going to cut this lace off. What's going to happen is I'm just going to stitch right on top of it, because I don't plan on taking this wig apart or reusing the hair any kind of way. So I'm just going to pin these down. Now pin this closure down. and make sure it's in a good spot, good place. And then I'm going to go ahead and sew it down. Sewn on, and I have some space on this side, some space on this side, and as you can see, space here. So that means I'm going to sew the remaining amount of tracks to cover that in my final U shape. I'm going to tuck these under and then just sew right on top. And I'm going to start from side to side. So now on to the styling, and here's what the original curl pattern looks like on. And you can see where I need to blend in the closure with the rest of the hair. So before blending the closure, I cut some bangs and did a little cutting and layering here and there. Then, using some water, I wet the hair to blend the closure with the rest of the hair. I used my favorite products for curly hair wigs. They are the Moroccan Oil Curling Perfecting Cream and Argan Oil. And now you can see it blends well, so I'm going to let it air dry for a few minutes. Once my curls were dry, I used a wig brush to give the hair some volume and to kind of get that big hair look that I like. This allowed me to shape it a little bit more. And there you are, guys. So stay tuned for my update review and on how I maintained this hair, and I'll see you guys in the next video.